Hey loves, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Gem, and I'm so happy you're here because upon release of this video, today is the 2-year contentversary for me. So it is officially 2 years since the start of my content creation journey, and I am so happy to be making this video for you guys today because I'm going to go over kind of like an update on my channel and content creation for me as a whole, as well as a Q&A for you guys. I asked you guys to submit questions and you guys delivered. I have a ton of questions that I have thought over a lot to give you guys well thought answers to the questions you asked, and you guys asked some really amazing questions. So I'm really excited for that. But first, we're going to get into the update. Alright, so for the update, I just wanted to let you guys know right off the bat that from about right after this video comes out until around the new year, at least, I will be very busy. It might be for a bit longer than that, but probably around that time frame I will be really busy. I have had an amazing opportunity that I am taking in my personal life that will take up pretty much most of my time, but that's okay. I will still try to make some form of content for you guys, whether that's on my Instagram or doing some streams here and there, but it will probably be a bit slower. I have no plans to stop streaming or making content as a whole. It just might be a little slow for a bit. I also am going to be having, though, during this time, a channel / branding refresh, if you will, rolling out in these coming months, and it includes new art, like a new profile picture, and new emotes from mwah and Capuchin Bird. I hope I'm saying those names right. I'm pretty sure I am, but I'm getting a new profile picture from mwah, and then Capuchin Bird is making some emotes for me that are going to be commissioned. Her and I are still in the process of discussing what those will look like and what exactly we're going for with those, but it is very exciting because then you guys will get to use them on Twitch, which leads me to being a Twitch affiliate. So if you did not know, back in May I became an affiliate on Twitch. Woo! Which is very exciting. And it also means that we unlock a bunch of new opportunities for streaming, as far as, like I mentioned before, using emotes, using channel points, which is where you guys can earn, I guess, virtual points for watching my streams, and then you can redeem those points for rewards that can allow you to do all sorts of cool things on my Twitch streams. So that's really exciting, and kind of makes the streams more interactive and exciting for both of you guys and for me. So I'm super happy about that, and thank you guys so much, because without you guys, none of that would be possible. I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. I also wanted to mention that I have some ideas about content that you can expect from me in the future. So I would like to continue making the types of content that I've already been making, but I also want to try some new things as well. So I am looking to finish my Animal Crossing Island Blush, which is a springtime meadowcore island, if you've been following along with that on my Instagram. I've been working on it for a long time. I don't know exactly how long, but it's been a while, possibly over a year at this point. I don't even know. just on and off. I've been working on it. I really want to finish it so that I can start another one. I also think it would be a lot of fun to make some Animal Crossing related content, but I currently do not have a capture card for my Switch, so I could not do that at this time. And I'm not super looking into it until I am sort of back from this personal thing that I'm doing over these next months. So just because I wouldn't really have time for it anyway, if I did get a capture card. So I'm just kind of think about it in the back of my head, but it is something that I would really like to do because I think it would be a lot of fun, and that also opens up the door to other games on the Switch. I don't know, we'll see. But I once I finish Blush, I would like to, start a new island. That would be really cool, and that gives you guys some things that you can look forward to on my Instagram, because I know there's a lot of people on there that follow that. And I also would love to be able to make more fully developed or edited videos. But time/energy constraints can make it hard sometimes. And that's not to say, I don't have the energy for it. No, it is a big thing when you're, one person recording, editing, all of that. And so it can be a little slow to make those videos and put them out, but I do really want to make more of them because I've had so many fun ideas for it. So just know that I would love to do that more for you guys. And I also would love to make more Sims or Minecraft build tutorials and more Minecraft schematic downloads. If you didn't know, I have started posting some of those on my Ko-Fi page, which I will link here and in the description. So I'll link it on the screen and down below if you're interested. So I try to upload some of them for free right off the bat, and some of them go in early access so that one of my membership tiers you can, or anything higher than that, you can access schematics immediately when I put them up in early access, but then all of them do eventually become free at some point. So right now, as of recording this, I believe all of the ones that are up there right now are free, because I don't have any in early access right now. But I think it's kind of a fun way for you to be able to try out building something new is through those tutorials or schematics in the case of Minecraft. I also have a lot of other cool things on my Ko-Fi from time to time, so if you don't follow it, be sure to check it out. You don't have to be a member. I post a lot of free things on there too sometimes, but be sure to check it out if you're interested. Some cool things go on over there. I also would like to make some more Oblivion remaster content because so far I've done a couple streams of it, but I haven't really talked about it as much as I feel like I would like to. And even though it's been out for a few months at this point, I have thought in the back of my mind maybe it would be cool to do a discussion video revolving around it as someone who played the original Oblivion long before the remaster came out, and kind of comparing the two and my thoughts on it versus the original and all of that, because I was so immensely excited when the remaster came out. So I feel like I would like to talk about that more as well. I also have been making more mods that I upload on the Nexus, or sometimes Minecraft texture packs, things like that. So I actually have a modding blog. I have a Tumblr page dedicated to it. It's called Gems Content Chest. You can check it out. It's linked in my link tree. You just might have to scroll down a little bit. But there I sometimes post modding updates, though I do announce them in Discord when I release a new mod, or texture pack or things like that, which is another segue. Join the Discord if you're interested, because you can get a lot of updates for various things in there. You don't have to sign up for content pings if you don't want to. I do general announcements sometimes, so those do get pings, but you can choose if you would like to get notified for whenever I upload a video, or I go live and stream, or when I release a new mod or have like a significant update for it, or anything like that. So it can be really cool. You can get some early bird reminders for when I'm about to stream as well. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend that if you are at all interested in keeping up with my content, that you join my Discord server, because that is the best way to go about it. And also, check out my link tree if you're also interested. Not to like plug my socials a lot, but I think that if you guys are interested in what I make here, that you would love to see when I stream on Twitch, or check out when I post something on my Instagram, because I often post cool screenshots or memories from games I play on there that you don't always see on streams or on YouTube, so I would highly recommend checking that out as well. I also post little updates sometimes on there. So I just wanted to throw all of those things out there for you guys. If you don't already, come check out a stream on Twitch. It's a lot of fun, and I would love to see you there. So I am so excited for all of those things. I know that as of recording this, the commission with Memory Art is basically complete at this point, and she did an amazing job. I'm so happy with how it turned out, so I can't wait to show you guys. The profile picture might change before this video even comes out, because I'm that excited. And Capuchin Bird is also a really talented artist. Both of these artists have been wonderful to chat with and work with. So, all of that to say, we have some exciting things coming. Be sure to check out my socials and my Discord if you're at all interested in getting more updates about content I release, whether that's mods, streams, videos, whatever. Or just come and say hi and hang out, because we have some really kind people in the Discord that would love to chat with you. And you can talk games or just chat about your day. So come say hi. Alright, I also am going to end this update with saying that I am so grateful for all of you guys. I know that you guys hear this from me a ton, and I make sure to say it often because I really want you to know how grateful I am for all of you, because you guys mean the world to me, and I couldn't do this without your support. So thank you so much for being here with me in my content creation journey and viewing the content that I put out and enjoying it. So thank you. You're what makes this possible. So I'm so grateful for you guys. Infinitely grateful. All right, let's move on to the Q&A. What you're probably most excited about. I'm really hyped about this Q&A. You guys asked some really amazing questions, and I'm super excited to answer them. I asked you guys to submit any questions you had for me. It doesn't have to be gaming related. It could be about anything, and you guys delivered. So we're going to go through these questions one at a time, and I did either compress or divide up some questions in order to better suit the question and be able to give it a more complete answer. And I also categorized these questions based off different topics, so we're going to be going through them based off of that order. So we're going to start with some content creation questions I received And the first one is, when did you start your content creation journey? I started my content creation journey on July 31st, 2023. It is now 2025. So it's been 2 years. I started out through my Instagram, and then I made my YouTube channel a couple weeks later and streamed on there until I began streaming on Twitch at the start of 2025. So that is when I started, and a little bit of a timeline of the platforms that I started on. What was your inspiration for Gem? So Gem was basically sort of a nickname I already had that some people knew me by, and so I wanted to create a username unique to me that just felt right. And my nickname isn't really related to my real name, but I combined Gem with the word aesthetic, which kind of, as you probably know, means, this is very rough meaning, but the beauty of things, or when people say that something is aesthetically pleasing, they look at it and they're like, wow, that's aesthetic, which reminded me of how I love to create pretty things in games I play. So I thought that that would be really fitting. So hence the name Gemsthetic was born. Which leads into the next question, what made you come up with the name Gems Crossing? So if you don't already know, Gems Crossing is the username for my Instagram. And my Instagram, which was made at the start of my content creation journey, started out as an Animal Crossing Instagram, actually. So I was starting to see a lot of Animal Crossing posts on my personal For You feed, and I would see all of these posts of people being super creative with how they decorated their Animal Crossing islands. A lot of them would follow a theme that they would come up with and decorate with these super well thought out islands with little mini builds scattered throughout, or custom designs that they would make or find. And I just hadn't seen anything like that before, because I was kind of new to playing Animal Crossing at the time. And I figured, well, I already play the game, and this whole themed island thing, or at least sharing my island decorations with other people, seems like it would be really cool, so I'll give it a shot. And so I did. So not a lot of people know that, but my Instagram actually started out as an Animal Crossing Instagram. So that Gems Crossing was the original handle for it, and is still to this day the current one. And it basically combines my nickname of Gem with Crossing from, the title of Animal Crossing. So that's where Gems Crossing came from. Gemsthetic is taken by someone else on Instagram, so I couldn't use that. So it's Gems Crossing for now. I got asked, what made you decide to stream? So I was already playing games, and I've always loved to play video games, and I've also always wanted to get into content creation. So I figured, why not stream for fun while I play, I don't have to make it big, but if I do, that would be really cool. But even if I don't, I'm already playing video games, right? Might as well try out streaming. And if I can make one person's day, then that's awesome. That's one more person's day than I would be making if I wasn't streaming. Might as well try it out, right? I've also watched some streamers that I really look up to, and they have really fun streams that I've enjoyed watching, and seeing how interactive and fun and exciting streams can be. Based off that, I have wanted to try it. So it's really exciting how streaming offers a lot of opportunities for a creator to engage with their audience and vice versa. So I wanted to try it out, and here I am. So I'm very happy that I am able to do it. Streaming is such a unique part of content creation that it's really fun to be able to do. And I've also always wanted to try being a YouTuber, so it kind of fits together a little bit. Do I have a favorite memory or stream? So I thought about this question a lot, and it's really hard for me to pin down one specific thing or to pick one favorite stream, but I have loved being able to have conversations with you guys in chat, talking about each other's day or what games we're into at the moment, talking about whatever game I'm playing at the time, things like that. It's just the little things of being able to have those conversations with you guys and engage with you guys in chat that really makes my day. And I love being able to do that. I also have really enjoyed when something fun happens in game and we kind of talk about it, or celebrating milestones on stream together is super fun, and all of this is really memorable. So I think that's my favorite part of the streams. The last content creation question I have here is, what's your favorite thing about making content? So I already started to answer this a little bit in these past couple answers that I just gave, but I would have to say that my favorite part about making content and content creation for me personally is being able to see the joy that you guys have in either engaging in my Discord community where you guys are making friends and chatting with one another, or being able to see the excitement when I release a video or stream or anything like that. You guys are always really excited to be there, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. When people comment on one of my videos saying that they enjoyed the video, that makes my day, because it means that they enjoy being able to watch it, and if I make a tutorial or post a build or something like that and they enjoy it, it shows that you guys are happy to see that build, which, is really special. So I am really grateful that content creation can bring both joy to me, but also joy to you guys as I see you come into my stream after a long day and start chatting, or go watch a video that I released, or hang out in my Discord. I think it's, again, the little things of just the payoff of it all, of seeing that even if it brings joy to one person's day, then, it's all worth it. Now for the gaming questions. So I got asked, what was the first game you played? The first real video game I would say that I played was Unreal Tournament. It was released in 1999. It's a first-person shooter game, and a lot of the people in the Unreal Tournament community refer to it as UT99 because it was released in, 1999. And it is also the first Unreal Tournament game in this series. It was developed by Epic, but they not too long ago shut down all of the Unreal Tournament online servers, so a lot of the online functionality doesn't work anymore. But if you have an old copy of one of the original games, you can still play it. It was a lot of fun for me to play growing up. It's definitely one of the first ones I started playing, or was introduced to. I had only ever played it alone, though, when I first started playing. So, it was just me against the AI in that game, but it was fun. Do you have any type of game you would want to try, or maybe a new type of game entirely? Alright, so for this question, I've thought about it, and in one capacity or another, I've tried basically every genre of video game that there is. Aside from a few small subgenres or things like that. But I do have some in mind that I'd like to try, some specific titles that I haven't played yet. So one of those is Cyberpunk 2077. I heard that there were some glitches at launch, but there always are with the games, But it sounds like recently a lot of that has been worked out, and I've started to hear a lot more hype about it recently, and it seems really fun. It's a different kind of game than I'm used to. I'm used to a lot of RPGs being set in like a fantasy setting, with like swords and bows and things, and the whole cyberpunk vibe is a lot different from games I'm used to, but I think that's one of the reasons that I'm excited to play it. GTA 6 as well when it comes out. I've never played a Grand Theft Auto game, but I am looking forward to when GTA 6 finally, eventually, does come out, because I want to try out the series and see what it's like. I have The Witcher 3, but I haven't played it yet, and I really need to. A lot of Elder Scrolls fans kind of have some crossover with the Witcher series, because a lot of those fans end up really liking The Witcher 3, and so I really need to play it, and I want to play it. So that's another thing. Do you have a favorite video game you first played and didn't like but grew to love? So it's hard for me to think of one that I really didn't like. So I wouldn't say that I didn't like really like these or hated these at first, but I didn't love them either. And these would be The Elder Scrolls Online, also known as ESO, or Subnautica. Interestingly enough. So those are two very different kinds of games. Elder Scrolls Online is an MMORPG, and Subnautica, if you're unfamiliar, is a single player survival game, or at least as far as I know, it's just single player. And these two are probably the closest to being something that I didn't like at first but grew to love. I kind of have a bit of an on-off relationship with ESO. I'll play it a lot for a couple weeks, and then I won't get on for a while, but I really enjoy it, especially since it's set in the Elder Scrolls universe. And you guys know I love the Elder Scrolls series, and there's so much content to explore in ESO from so many different lands that we haven't seen in a mainline Elder Scrolls game yet. And with Subnautica, an ocean survival game, it's just really cool. I get kind of scared of the monsters sometimes, but I really enjoy it, especially since I feel like one of the main reasons I wasn't super fond of it at first was because I didn't understand the whole base building mechanic. So outside running away from monsters, I wasn't sure what to do. But being able to build various bases in order to explore new areas and having these different kind of like home bases at various distances out from the original life pod is really cool. And for ESO, I think why I didn't super like it originally was because since it's an MMO, and due to the immense amount of content in it, I had no idea what I was doing for a long time. I didn't figure out, like, much of a clue what I was really doing or how to go about making money in the game or progressing until around the 800-hour mark, which is a long time. But now, I kind of have a clue of what I'm doing. I'm not by any means an expert, but it's a fun time now that I know. It's a lot more fun now that I have a lot more knowledge about the game and have learned a lot about it. What video game would you wish you could experience again for the first time? Like, completely forget the game and all of the story in it. Alright, so I have a very immediate answer for this one. As soon as I read the question, I had an answer in mind, and this would definitely, hands down, be Skyrim or Oblivion. If you don't know what Oblivion is, it is the game before Skyrim in the Elder Scrolls series. And I started playing these close together. So I started with Skyrim, and then I picked up Oblivion not long after. And they both have had such a lasting impact on me as far as the gaming goes that just also, obviously I have to owe this partly to nostalgia, but the sheer just grand scale of things and the amount of discovery of playing those games for the first time and seeing all of the different things I could do and the quests and exploring the world and the lore and everything, since those were the first Elder Scrolls games I played. Like, that is definitely, those are the two contenders for what games I wish I could experience for the first time. And you will see so many Elder Scrolls fans say the same, that they really wish they could go back to playing one of those for the first time again. They're just so impactful to me, and there's no experience like it. Picking up those games for the first time and playing around in there yourself and learning all about the world and all of the different quests and things that you can do. So I have a very special spot in my heart for those games. Who is your favorite video game character? So this was hard to answer for me. I had to think about it a bit, but Serana from Skyrim, specifically the Dawnguard expansion, has to probably be my favorite video game character. I like Isabelle a lot from Animal Crossing too, don't get me wrong. But I think Serana takes the top spot for me. She is basically, for all intents and purposes, a vampire princess. And she has so much depth and is such a dynamic character that her writing, I feel like she was just written so well. And mini spoiler alert, but not really. You basically go through the entire Dawnguard questline with her. And so you spend a lot of time getting to know her and her backstory. And I feel like for all of the Skyrim characters, she might be one of the ones with the most, I think, depth and backstory written for her. And Laura Bailey is the voice actress for her. She did an amazing job. I love the work that Laura Bailey does. So everything about Serana, I think, is just really well executed. And also, she's a really fun companion to have around, even when you're not doing the quests. She's a great character to have as one of the followers in Skyrim. Alright, someone asked me, for how long have you been playing Minecraft? So, it has been 12 years. Roughly. I can't pin down an exact date I started playing, unfortunately. I started playing on my friend's Xbox 360. They introduced me to it, and I had no clue what I was doing. But over time, they started teaching me about crafting and building, or just the general basics of like creative mode and survival. And so I began on Xbox 360 edition, which is one of the legacy console editions, in 2013, in the first half of 2013, and then I got my Java edition account for PC in the latter half of 2014, and I also played a lot in between that time on Pocket Edition, which might not be called Pocket Edition anymore, but basically the mobile version. So I believe the version equivalent to when I started playing was Java 1.0. I have played earlier than that, but that is when I started. So much has been added to the game in the 12 years since then, but I started in 2013, yeah, and I've been playing ever since. What is your absolute favorite video game of all time? Oh my gosh, that is such a loaded question. It's okay, that's not bad or anything, but it is such, I feel like, a deep question that I have to put a lot of thought into because there's so many possible contenders. I want to say, if I had to pick, it might be Skyrim or Oblivion, but for sheer replayability, which both of those games have a lot of, I think Minecraft is also in a top spot just because I have been playing it for that long, and there's always new things to do, whether you're playing on servers with other people or by yourself. And there's a ton of challenges that you can set for yourself, and there's something so classic about it. Again, yes, there's nostalgia factor, but I really don't know if I can pick just one. I also, just as some honorary mentions, really love Stardew Valley and The Sims. But I would have to say that Skyrim or Oblivion might be my favorite. Skyrim, Oblivion, or Minecraft, one of those. Alright, we have some miscellaneous questions here. So, we have, if you could pick any country to travel to for vacation, which one are you choosing? So, I think it's a little tough to decide, but I would say Greece, France, or Japan. And I feel like Greece is just so unique in its architecture and geography and food that I really want to visit at least once. All of these countries are beautiful, so I can't really be like, oh, Greece is so beautiful, because they all are, and I could say that about so many places. But I would love to go there. For France, I would love to visit Paris and visit rural France as well. And there's also a lot of history there. But Paris itself has so much to do in there, and I know that's sort of a cliche answer to be like, oh, I want to go to Paris, but I really do. I really do want to go. Also, the food. I think the pastries are really good. French pastries. So that would be really cool to go there and see it in person. The French language sounds beautiful, and there's so many monuments there that I would want to see. For Japan, obviously I gotta go to Tokyo, but I have always found Japanese culture interesting, and the architecture in all three of these places is so cool. But in Japan, I think there's also a lot of culture. Again, I could say the same about all of these places. But I would love to go to Japan. I know a lot of YouTubers talk about Japan a lot, but I think for a lot of my gaming related interests and things like that, there's a lot to see in places like Tokyo, and so much to do, that I would love to go and see it, especially since I believe that is where Nintendo is headquartered, because they're from Japan. So anything related to those games, like for example Animal Crossing or Sanrio or Pokemon, which obviously not all of that is Nintendo, but it's all there. So a lot of those interests would be really cool to see in Japan. I got asked, do you have a favorite anime? I don't currently. I haven't seen much anime, to be honest, but I have been wanting to watch Sailor Moon, and even though I've already seen a little bit of this, I've been wanting to watch more of the Pokemon anime, because I wasn't into Pokemon for a while, but I have been a lot recently, and I love it now, so I have been interested in those two animes. I've seen a lot of fan art for Sailor Moon, but I haven't really seen any of the actual anime, so I'm interested in watching that too. Who is your favorite, or who are some of your favorite characters from fiction? So I have a few answers here. Rapunzel from Tangled is someone who stands out to me. She's always so optimistic, despite everything that's happened to her. And she's always so bubbly and has such a bright personality. And Finnick Odair from The Hunger Games, as well as Katniss Everdeen and Lucy Gray Baird, also from The Hunger Games, I think are some of my favorite characters as well. Finnick, at a glance, it doesn't seem like there's much to him, but there's so much like beneath the surface. Once you start to read or watch, if you read the books or watched the movies, more about him, that I think there's a lot of depth there to his character that's really cool to see. And I could say the same about Katniss and Lucy Gray. And the parallels between Katniss and Lucy Gray are really interesting, whether they're related or not. Loki as well, from Marvel. I feel like he's a really fun guy. Bit of a trickster, but he's really funny. So, yeah, those are some characters I really like. Do you have a fictional setting that you really love? Okay. You might be able to predict this answer based off my favorite games, but I would say Tamriel from the Elder Scrolls series. So I'm going to do a little lore drop in a second about it. But the lore in the Elder Scrolls universe is so rich and deep, and there's so much thought put into every little bit of the universe. I don't know even, like, I don't know. There's so much lore that I don't know, that I would like to read up on, and there's just so much that is really interesting to me. The various details put into everything, like the culture of the different races in Tamriel, or the different provinces, and the cities and things like that. And I think ESO has also helped a lot to add to my love of the Elder Scrolls universe, because you get to see so many things that you don't see in the mainline games. So I get to see all of these cities that I would hear about in the games but never actually got to visit, and just get to explore a lot more. And ESO also drops a lot of Elder Scrolls lore, but if I want to be a little more broad, I could say Orbis, because that is the entire physical universe of the Elder Scrolls. Tamriel is just the continent that the Elder Scrolls games are generally set in. Where does the sun go when it gets dark outside? So, the world may never know, it dips below the horizon, and then what? It goes poof for a little while, and we have the moon in the meantime, and the sun comes back. And that's the circle of life. No, I'm kidding. Would you ever go to an anime convention? This is the last question. I haven't seen much anime, as I mentioned before, but if I got really into it, I might. But there are some conventions that I would love to go to at some point, so I'm going to expand this question to conventions as a whole. So TwitchCon is a really big one that I've been interested in, especially since I started streaming. I think it would be really cool to be able to interact with you guys there, but also be able to meet and network with a ton of streamers that seem really cool. I also think I would like to go to PAX at some point if I ever get the opportunity, since there's a lot of gaming announcements and panels there. And San Diego Comic-Con, or SDCC, just a really well-known convention. There's a lot of, even outside the gaming realm of things, there's a lot there that I think I would want to see, but those are three of the big conventions, I think, or at least that I can think of, that I would want to go to right now. So thank you guys so much for all of your questions. This was super fun, and I would love to do a Q&A again in the future. I hope I was able to answer these questions well. I didn't really write a specific script for these, so I tried to just kind of speak from my heart on these, or from my head, but I wrote down some of the main points for some of my answers. But if I was a little redundant or sounded a little disorganized with the answers, that's why. But I hope I answered these questions well for you guys, and thank you so much for taking the time to ask. This was super fun, and so cool to see what kinds of things you guys are interested in knowing. Alright, so that's a wrap on my 2-year contentversary update and Q&A for you guys. I hope you have enjoyed it, and as always, feel free to leave a like or subscribe if you're not already and you want to see more. It really does help out the channel. Again, I'm so grateful that you guys took the time to watch and that all of you support me. As I've said before, I know it sounds cliche, but I mean it. None of this would be possible without you guys. And thank you so, so much for supporting me in my content creation journey. Here's to more years of fun memories with you guys, and for the future of content creation, I'm looking forward to it, to being able to make more content for you guys and, like I said, make more memories. So, again, I'm going to mention, check out my Discord if you're interested. I'll link it and my link tree below for you guys. The best way to stay up to date on all my content or updates for my channel or things like that are in my Discord. So feel free to check that out if you're interested. And if you like what I do, consider supporting me on Ko-Fi. You really don't have to, and I really don't want you guys to feel pressured to in any way, especially if you don't feel like you can. Do not feel obligated to donate. It's okay, but I am linking my Ko-Fi so you guys can check out what I post on there. And if you enjoy what I do and you want to support me so that I can do it more, that's a cool place to check out. But that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you have enjoyed this update Q&A video as much as I have making it. And thank you so much. I will see you guys next time. Bye!